Hello there, welcome to Genesis Models. My name's Bobby Waldron and welcome to another inbox review. This inbox review we've got from Great Wall Hobbies, and what we have just here is the F-14D Tomcat in 1/72nd scale. So this kit is relatively new, but let's just dive in and have a look. As you can see, box art is looking pretty sort of nice and appealing just there. Let's just open this up. As you can see, I've already got a lot of the sprues out just at the back here, and that's only because the packaging is quite noisy and it sort of plays up with the mic, so I got them all out of the package first. A few sprues in here that we're not really going to look at because they're kind of basic and sort of standard, but let's take a look. Well, first off, we have sort of like the top fuselage section just here, so just bringing you nicely right in there. Hopefully what you're seeing from this is we do have some recessed panel lines, recessed rivets and everything, but hopefully what you're sort of seeing is it's really sort of nice and fine, really kind of crisp. I am actually really liking it because, well, we've got to remember this kit, it's 1/72nd scale, and it does look like it's all nicely in scale, you know, it's not overscaled or anything like that, looking really nice and crisp. Moving along, we've got a few little bits on here and stuff again, just looking really good and everything. Looking at some ejector pin marks on the back. We do have some wheel well doors just here. Not seeing any ejector pin marks there where you don't want them. I mean, they are there, but so far looking like they're in places that don't matter. Moving along with some more of the main sort of structure of this, we have our front nose section and everything just here. Again, surface detail looking nice, crisp and nice and sharp. Lots of blanked out panels, right? I do believe with this kit we do have quite a lot of nice options and stuff, so you know, we've got these blank panels to kind of put stuff in there and have things open, close, that kind of stuff. The actual cockpit tub just here, maybe looking kind of plain, but I do believe we actually build this up. So I do believe we have, I think there's some bits on here. I think these are some little bits of instrument stuff here with a nice bit of detail going on. Just looking around, we do have bits of wheel well just here as well, the front wheel well. Actually, that's looking quite well detailed in there for 1/72nd scale, so that's nice to see. Flip it over inside, you know, looking quite nice and neat, but hopefully we're going to build up this whole cockpit area. That's looking good. We've got some more stuff here. We've got air intakes, which is a little bit tied in there. Air intake, looking good again, same level of surface detail. What is good though is when it comes to molds, they tend to sort of, when it goes over that 90-degree angle and folds this side, you sometimes lose the actual detail, but as you can see, this is good quality molding because it wraps around and we've still got crisp detail all the way around, and hopefully you can see this side as well. Inside, okay, I'm seeing one or two ejector pin marks, but there might be some pieces that go in there to fill that out. What else we got here? You can open up the nose cone and have our radar on show, which has got some nice bits of detail in and on there. Hopefully I'm just seeing that lovely detail that could go inside there. A few panels just here, nothing major. Again, another air intake. We've got the bottom part of the fuselage, again, loads of detail going on there. For one big piece, it is actually showing a fair bit of detail, and I am really liking how those 90-degree angles, as it folds over, the detail doesn't disappear, which is good because that's normally what happens in these situations. We've got the actual wheel wells just here. Again, loads of detail, as you can see in there. Very impressive for 1/72nd. Moving along some more, we've got loads of little bits and bobs here. We've got some actual bits of landing gear. Right, so we're looking sort of nice and close at these. Not really seeing any flash on these. I mean, we always need to tidy it up a little bit, but really no major flash going on. Hopefully you can also see we do have these ejector pins that we need to sort of cut off, which is good because it means they're on here and not actually on the piece itself. and loads of bits for our landing gear there. We do have our actual exhausts also here. Nice bit of detail on these also. I mean, maybe aftermarket parts, resin, afterburners and stuff might look better, but we do, as you can see, have the option of open and closed there, which is always a good one to have. Some bits of air intakes and stuff, bits going on here, again nicely detailed, and there is obviously 2 of them. Then moving along, we have, we got some ejector seats just here, really looking good there as well. Got some pretty good detail for something that is rather small. Flip it over, you might have ejector pin mark there and there, but if they get in the way we can sand them out, but they're not actually something that's probably going to be visible. Obviously there's 2 of them. Few little bits there, no biggie. Looking here, finally we've got some cockpit detail. So here is really kind of tiny actually. We've got our instrument display panels here, really tiny, but we are seeing dials and quite a bit of detail. We've got some panels here that will stick to the cockpit tub, and as you can see, it is I'm gonna have to really sort of try and get in close, but there is a lot of detail on them for something which is rather small, and there's quite a few of these panels all the way around. Actually, that's looking really good actually. I mean, really small, and there's lots of detail in there for something nice and small, 1/72 scale. Pretty damn good actually. Rather impressed with that. Then we've got some AIM, what is it, the AIM 54s. Right, it looks like we have about 6 of them all together, and you know, there's a bit of a configuration to put them all together, but you know, the surface detail is nice on them, as well as all the other weapons that come with this kit. So there's a few more bits in here, you know, not really, you know, we've already seen you know, what this kit's going to be about. So there's just a couple of sprues that I don't think was relevant to show, a couple of weapons and stuff, you know, same level of detail as the AIM 54, tanks, some little bits of wing bits and stuff, but again, it's just to speed up the video. We do have the canopy. Let's check the canopy out. Sorry I don't get this one out of the bag, I know it's going to be quite noisy, but there we go. Just to check out the canopy, I do like straight away how we've got this bar going right across the top. Really good idea, because the amount of times these things rub in the box and you scuff up the canopy and everything, they do need protection, and that is how you protect it, if you ask me. Looking at it, it's a bit hard to see on camera, but I am seeing, have we got like a little, yeah, there is that tiny little seam line that runs down, which we normally have to sort of take care of in these cases, just sand it back, polish it up, get it all nice and shiny again. But looking nice, clear, shiny, nice detail around it, should make for a good canopy, as you can see just there. Let's put that nice and safe there. So then we come to our instructions and our decals. Let's jump into the decals first, if I can just open it up. They do look rather good actually. I've never used Great Wall Hobby decals before, so I'm not sure how well they will react to micro solid set. But if we just take a look, here it is. Get a bit of a closer look. Looking at it, it does have kind of a bit of a nice matte finish. I'm feeling it. They don't feel like mega thick or anything like that, which is good. Hopefully they'll be good quality. They are nice and colourful, nicely in registry. If we can maybe try and zoom in as close as we can on some writing. Hopefully you can see, you can sort of read that writing, not too bad actually. It's pretty sort of nice and crisp. So the decals are looking rather good. We do have 2 sets of decals, because there is one just here as well, which is mainly the stencils. But what is interesting is we have all of this instrument display panels and everything. So if you don't want to paint the detail that's on there, which the detail's pretty good on those canopies, sorry, the instrument display panels and everything, you can put the decals down, which is good. Or what I'd probably do is maybe sort of cut out Well, maybe not, because actually it's kind of a bit blank in there, the green screens in there. If there was a bit of detail in there, I'd probably cut them out and put them on, but it's pretty sort of blank, so probably not. But apart from that, looking quite good. I have noticed there is a lot of decals for the weapons as well, which might seem a little bit tedious, but when you pull it off, they do look good when they've got a lot of detail on them. So let's take a quick look at the instructions. Oh, just forgot to mention, I mean, this was new tooled in 2019, so a relatively new one, and I've released a couple of different versions since then as well. I think another 4 boxes, so you know, you've got a bit to choose from. The price is around about £44-ish, but I have seen it cheaper, but the RRP is about £44. Looking at the instructions, admittedly the instructions are a bit muddled up, right? Because what we have here, you think it's a nice book. Let's maybe zoom you in a little bit on the book just here. You know, it seems like nice quality, good quality paper. We've got colour, nice picture on the front, a little bit of a description as kind of standard really. We open this up, but then we have this non-booklet system, and what we have here is this system of lots of printouts, and they fold out, and it may sort of get a bit confusing as you open them up and everything. You know, it would have been better as a booklet. That's the only criticism really I've got for the book really. But as I say, I've got to find step 1. Also looking at it as well, first page does seem a little bit cluttered. I mean, you know, we've got some good colour. But yeah, it seems kind of cluttered, you know, first appearance of it, but if you kind of look at it, study at it, it does seem to get you in the right places where things need to go and everything, but it is a little bit cluttered, and this system of folding stuff out and everything's a bit of a pain. But looking at it, as always, you know, the cockpit's going to go together, the nose section's going to go together and fold around our cockpit. We can have the nose cone open or closed to show off the radar, which is rather cool. We can even open up steps and stuff, which again is cool. And then I've got to work out which is the next page, which, yes, it's this one. Then we've got the fuselage section and everything, and how that goes together. It does look like we're going to have the wings being able to be open or closed, which is good. We do build up the inside the air intake, because I think there was ejector pin marks in there, so that's good to see as well. And then I've got to work out the next page, which was, sorry, step 9, so we're at step 10. Now when it comes to F-14s, generally it is a little bit of a complicated build. As you can see here, you know, we've had to bring these 2 fuselage halves together, and we've got all these moving parts inside there. We've built the nose section separately, and then that's got to glue onto there, as well as these air intakes have got to go on there. It's kind of general for all F-14s. It is a little bit complicated. It is highly recommended that you do actually go off and really make sure you test fit everything. Don't just cut it off and start gluing. Actually kind of cut lots of things off and test fit and see how it's going. Make sure nothing's going to hinder anything else. Really test fit is highly recommended. I'm not sure how this goes together, how well it fits or not, but definitely test fit either way. Then we have all sorts of tail sections going on there, and the landing gear. Moving along, it does look like, yeah, you're going to be able to landing gear open, closed. I do believe as well with this one, if we sort of move along, if I can find out where I'm supposed to be with this. Okay, we're on this page. You can have your flaps and slats and stuff, you know, open and closing them, so you can really, you know, for 1/72 scale, really sort of open up a lot of things, and you'll see even more actually in a bit. That you can have more stuff open and closed. You know, we know the exhaust cans can open and close, right? Canopy up and down, obviously. Air brakes up and down as well. We've even got our little ladder down here as well. We can open and close that, which is all cool. Again, where am I? Hold on, sorry, it's really sort of confusing a little bit. 24, where's 24? Here we are. So we're here now, and yeah, you know, it looks like we've got a fuel probe there. We can have that open or closed. So pretty much anything that can open or close on an F-14-ish you can open up on this 1/72 scale. Then we have our weapons, and how that goes on. I think there's a few different configurations with the weapons as well, so you can really sort of choose how you want to go about that. And then that's it for the instructions. But then we do have these as well, which there is one in here which is a little bit disappointing, which, if I can just find it, this is their corrections, right? We've got this big double-sided sort of, you know, 3 pages of corrections, right? So what they did in the instructions, there's all these corrections, so bear that in mind. It is a bit of a shame that didn't actually go off and redo the instructions, because there's a fair bit of corrections going on here. Not really going to go into much depth of it, but as you can see, there's something going on with the cockpit section, something going on with the landing gear and the air intakes, exhaust cans and weapons, and we flipped this over. Something more going on with the pylons and the weapons, as well as what looks like to be the decals as well. There seems to be something going on with the decals which was wrong, so bear that in mind. Quite a bit going on there, but I suppose at least they have corrected their mistakes. Then we have 2 nice sheets here, which we have weapons callouts. It's nicely in colour, sort of showing you where all the decals go for the weapons. And then we have 3 nice schemes just here, hopefully, as you can see. There's scheme number 1, number 2. This one does look nice and pretty. I'll probably do this one if I did this. And then we've got another one on the other side. So 3 nice schemes to go through there, which is rather good. All in all, do you know what? I actually like this kit. You know, if I was to do 1/72 scale, an F-14, this looks like the kit to do. I mean, the detail for 1/72 scale, I am actually really impressed. It does have bags of detail, lots of small detail, really impressive, to the point where I don't think you'd really need to go off and get aftermarket parts for this kit. The decals look really cool. Instructions are a bit confusing, as you could see, but they do seem to get you there. But yeah, I think it's definitely a big thumbs up and a well recommended kit here at Genesis Models. So hopefully you have enjoyed this inbox review of Great Wall Hobbies F-14D Tomcat. But until next time, as always, my name is Bobby Waldron, this is Genesis Models, and I'll catch you around.